bunch of olives. Hey guys, so today I am doing something very different. I am actually, wow, it's bright. I am actually getting a tattoo today and I'm heading there right now. This is happening in like 20 minutes. I've been thinking about getting a tattoo for the last year or two, but I actually saw the design and decided pretty spontaneously, so say what you will about that. Sometimes the best decisions in life are the ones that are just those gut last minute decisions. Sometimes they're the worst as well, but I'm gonna go with the best. And I'm especially excited because the place I'm gonna go get my tattoo at, it's called Razouk Tattoo. And this family brought the art of tattooing from Egypt to Palestine 5 centuries ago. They've been in the actual tattoo business for 700 years. And so I'm really excited for this to be my first tattoo experience in Jerusalem. I am getting a little camel on my ankle. It's a design by Picasso. You can see it right here. So I chose this camel design because one, anyone who knows me knows that I just love camels. I think they are the most awesome of all creatures. But also, for me, they symbolize being able to not just survive, but thrive in the desert situations of life. I'm putting it on my ankle because I want to remember to continue to move forward even when it feels like there isn't any hope and there's no water, you're in a dry and parched land, but to remember the camel, to remember that God has created me to be able to continue forward as long as He's by my side. Tell me about like your family business and how it started.
Yeah, sure. All right, so you're in the Razouk tattoo shop in the old city of Jerusalem, and this is the oldest tattooing family business in the world. We've been doing tattoos for the past 700 years, starting all the way from Egypt. We are Coptic Christians, and in Egypt there is a Christian tradition of getting a small cross tattoo like this one on the wrist as a mark to identify Christians. This way they can even enter the church with just showing their cross. The small little cross on the wrist for the Copts is a tradition because for this is the way of showing your identity as a Christian, and in many cases this is how you enter the church. You're allowed to enter the church in Egypt because they want to make sure that all the Christians coming in are Christians, and they show their cross tattoo and they come in. So almost every Copt in Egypt has a cross tattoo on the wrist, and my family started doing this back in Egypt. But 500 years ago they came from Egypt to the Holy Land on pilgrimage, and they found out that there was another tradition of tattooing Christians, which is the pilgrimage tattooing, where pilgrims would get a cross tattoo also on the arm, mainly on the arm, probably a Jerusalem cross, but then sometimes they would get other things like the crucifixion or the resurrection of Jesus. A lot of the different designs that we have that are very, very old, and they are all carved in wooden stamps that my family had as stencils, and they used those stamps to stamp the design that you would choose and then trace it with a needle, and then it becomes a tattoo. So for 500 years we've been doing this pilgrimage tattooing.
And it's very popular.
God.
No, it's good business.
Sorry,
No, answer.
Hello. The pilgrimage tattoo is a certificate. For many people, is a certificate of pilgrimage, something that they would not go back home without it. This way they can show that they have been to the Holy Land, that they have done their pilgrimage, and that they have become different people, different person within their faith when they get this new tattoo on their skin that represents their pilgrimage and that reflects the new person that they have become after the pilgrimage. And this way, for many Christians, this is somehow like baptism, something that they are proud of, that they want to show when they go back home. And it's a privilege and it's an honor to show that you've been to Jerusalem, you've been to the Holy Land, and we've been doing this for 27, even 28 generations. My two sons are now learning to do tattoos. One of them has already been doing tattoos for 4 years. I learned from my father. My father learned from his father and from his father. And so it's an ongoing business that we've had in the family for 700 years now.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing with me. I'm really excited to have gotten mine. And and I hope that you have many, many more people to come. I know you will. So thank you. All right, I did it. I'm tatted. It's done. Well, it's the last day with everyone here at JUC, which I can't believe it's gone so fast. And we're gonna go out for one last stroll before everyone leaves tonight, and then I leave tomorrow. So it's been real, people.
All right, this one reads slightly differently. In recognition of the successful completion of 1 year of graduate studies. This certificate in biblical history and geography, that's what you did, right?
Yep.
Was awarded to Carys.
Dion.
That's what I was going to say. Parker, on the 4th day of December. It has a bit of French in it, doesn't it?
Dion?
Yeah. In the year of our Lord 2020. And this one I actually dated because
Finished today!
Because you finished it.
So I can't believe it, but this is actually my last evening in Jerusalem. I leave in just a few hours. Got the Hinnom Valley behind me, which we've talked about previously. And I'm just taking one more walk through the cemetery. Not to be all dramatic and symbolic, like, oh, it's the death of my time at JUC, because no, this is the beginning, I think, of a long history, I hope, with this school. I really, my dream is to come back one day and complete the full master's. I got the 1 year certificate in biblical history and geography, and if I come back one day and do one more year, I can have the master's, and that is the goal. One day, when I'm at a place to do that, I would love to come back. But for now, it's time to go home. It's time to go back to Seattle to finish my MDiv at Fuller Seminary. I'll be working at John Knox, my church. I just accepted a job as the interim high school coordinator until they can find a full-time person. And so I'll be working there, finishing Fuller, hopefully doing an internship at a hospital. I have to do my CPE, my clinical pastoral education, to graduate. And seeing my dog Bernie and my parents. I probably should reverse that order. Seeing my parents and my dog Bernie. And I'm really thankful for this time. When I left the first semester, my spring semester, I just knew in my spirit I was not done with this place, or this place was not done with me. God was not done with me here. And now as I leave, I'm sad because I love this land, this community. I love being here. It's I think we all have those special places in our lives where we really feel just a tangible peace. And I feel that here. This land has been so important to me and my journey. I only came into the world of theology and this career path because of coming here when I was 14 years old. Up until that point, I thought that the only way to really help the world in a very tangible way was to become a nurse, because I grew up on a hospital ship, and that makes sense. And I love nurses and they're awesome, but it was great to find my own path and to realize that Jesus was a healer, but he was also a teacher. And I'm so drawn to that side of Jesus, to the teaching side. And so all of that to say, I'm really sad to leave, but I can feel in my heart that it's the right timing, whereas I didn't feel it last time. So now it's just a sadness because it's over. But I know that because I feel this sense of closure, which I also felt when I left the ship for the last time, I know that that must mean God has other things ahead in another place and with other people. And so I go with thanksgiving and gratitude for this season, with sadness for just leaving behind the sweetness of this place, but with hope for the future. And maybe I can continue to make videos from Seattle. And if not, then this has been a wonderful journey. And I'm so thankful for all of you who have made this community. I didn't want this to just be me talking. I wanted this to be a community where we learned and grew and drank mint tea symbolically together as we grew closer to God. And so I'm so thankful for all of you who have commented and encouraged me and watched. And yep, that's it. I just want to say thank you. I'm gonna head back to my room and do some last minute packing, and then get on a plane to head to New York, and then New York to Seattle, and hopefully not get COVID-19. That would be preferable. So thank you so much for coming with me, and hey, maybe I'll see you next time.